Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV's Endwalker. So, this will be the intro that I'm using for it for a while, guys, just because I'm probably going to be playing this straight and probably won't have time to do intros and outros. So, I hope everybody here enjoys, and thank you for watching this, and let's go ahead and start it right up. Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon back for another round of the Final Fantasy. So, a little bit later in the day, I decided I want to play this because I'm addicted to this right now. This is freaking amazing. Also, for the record, if anybody is kind of curious, yes, I switched back to the old outfit. Reason being is this, I figured there's no point in trying to hide it anymore. Now at this point, everybody knows what my character is. I'm just going to stick with this. Let's talk to everybody. Let's pick with Ismene. You know more of this coming calamity, so I think it's best if you lead the conversation. Oh yeah, and she said just lead it to whatever direction you want. Questions for me? Well, I suppose no other pressing duties at the moment. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty fighter registrations. Oh, I think I know what they mean. I can't leave this and I have to convince her to discuss it. Greetings, Ismene. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes. I was wondering if you might indulge her. Certainly, Mistress Vernot. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is her? What are Hermes' interests? What are his interests? His interests? Well, he's an authority on flying life forms and expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? How would you describe him as a person, as a colleague? He's a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duty as chief overseer. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? How long has Meteon been here? Do you know of Meteon's abilities? Meteons. I cannot rightly say, as the chief person's creation, Meteon has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there, and what do you make of her abilities? I understand she is highly unusual, familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had the occasion to discuss with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? Do you wish you knew him better? I'd say, do you wish you knew him better? Chief may not be the most gregarious individual, but he engages with us as is necessary for everyone to perform their duties. I would want to intrude upon his private for the sake of curiosity. But if you wish to learn more about Meteon, you could try speaking with Timaeus, another expert in the creation of flying concepts. He should be conducting his observation on the banks of the stream somewhere to the east, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Thinking of nothing of it, there aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come on, Ian. I think we've taken enough of Ismene's time. Okay, bye. Oh god, there's stuff going on there. I gotta turn that off. Wait, I might hold for a second. Okay, we're good. Our investigation is off to a fine start. Wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers and track down the colleague Ismene mentioned. While I did not feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with Timaeus. I will start from one side of the command, make my way through, speaking to as many people as I can. We shall have plenty to discuss upon your return. I'm just hoping that this stupid, Google thing doesn't keep triggering off, because me being a dumbass, I realized, earlier today, I was recording, and I had forgotten to post a video for the night. So I ended up losing access to a video, and it sucked. So I didn't post a video for you guys. I'm posting it so late. Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any... Actually, you know what? 1 second. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I actually turned off notifications. Now I feel better. So, what is it you wish to speak about? Is it true you're an expert on flying creations? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? I'm just going to assume we ask him. But with you see how very well settled in, we can discuss the finer points of the fascinating craft. My deep and abiding love of avian odyssey can be traced back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the descendant beauty of glorious golden feather creature my father had designed. It was then there that I vouched for the masterpiece. Then my character falls asleep. Thus I discovered his role here in Elpis, and at last realized my childhood ambition. Here the dreams I once dreamed are an everyday reality in which I find fulfillment through the research and creation of new flying life forms. In words recounting events as disappointment, is there any specific you'd like to expound upon? Yeah, you were hoping for opinion of Chief Hermes creations, and why didn't you say so? Those being with source crowds, majestic, graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Beyond with so many varieties of existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continue unabated. What sets the chief creations apart, however, is that they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who conceives of such marvels, even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Meteon too is a marvel then. Why not mimic his process? My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon concept to the Bureau of Architect, and will be designed to be registered for public scrutiny. Analyzing college creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if you came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. I could tell you more of Meteons if you like. Do you know of Dynamis and Antelectes? Dynamis and Antelectes. Those terms you sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. I don't know if I'm supposed to, do more things than that. I understand that I have to be able to talk to him as best I can and, get information from him. But it's so hard to tell, what's gonna bring out the conversation more. I feel like I don't want to push too much on certain things. So it kind of makes me very hesitant in that nature. But I guess it's probably for the best just to push it. Oh, good timing. I finished my own investigation not long ago. How have you findings to share? I see, even an expert in the field has little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone awareness of Dynamis. My question resulted in the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as a personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me, which means I believe that the only person with significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we made progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. I know, it's great. Oh, Pog, hell, hat. Present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the Antelectes who control it, yet most scholars are vaguely aware of the terms, let alone study them in depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I'm inclined to stay our current course and learn all that we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. On that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteon, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? There are more of her. She has sisters. She and her sisters created journeys to the stars in search for intelligent life. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of her now travel great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue. One should keep it up in mind as we continue. Next, suppose we take ourselves to the Peripedia Crystalline. Not far from here, just follow the path to the west. Yay. That's kind of what I thought. I was just like, yeah. I want to go see Emmett again, though. When's Emmett coming back? And Hydaelyn. Hydaelyn stays Hydaelyn. Azim is a different story. Or Azim. Azim. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, because I've kind of reached the point where this is just beyond, like, amazing. I just want to see him again so they can discuss stuff with us. Because I do like hanging out with Vinod and all, but Emmett's cooler. I'm sorry to say it, but he is. Tower and the one further along are both part of Paradithian Crystalline, the facility where they research all of Elps's observational testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces. Which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you can find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. How odd is that I suggest this approach without a second thought? You've come from a time and place that are dramatically different, yet here we are working side by side, or apart of situation bands with barely a word of explanation required. No matter the centuries which separate us, we are the same star, we share a connection. I hope that together we might find the answers you seek. So Azim is the same person who has this in it. Well, it's probably because I am Azim, so she's just naturally, like, able to connect to us. Versus, like, if we weren't. She, like, just naturally, I think, trusts us in that aspect. You have questions for me? Certainly, just a minute while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, so if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what was it you wished to speak to me about? Chief Overseer's personal research project. By that, I assume you mean Maeteon? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Maeteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galini shared with me. Galini is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Maeteon heavensward and hosted them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she has ever witnessed. It can sound like a story I should like to hear. Mr. Svenad, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' project. Would you favor me with retelling of this site, which so delighted you, Garlean? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. Presently, she is just observing a subject in Metabius Thalassai. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's ocean, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you find a similar joy indulging your boundless curiosities, Mr. Svanad. Even though such pursuits must continually regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for your wisdom accumulated during your travels as a Zim. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you have served as the base of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. And I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, we shall take talks to meet with Garlean in person. Allow me to reconfigure your door to the archives here. It will take you to Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That'd be most helpful, thank you. The other archivist said not we've already heard, but the story of Garlean sounds promising. I have opened the path to Skyway. Once you pass your door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabius Thalassai. I have no idea how to say that. Galene will be eager to hear hear her tale. I see. I don't know. Yeah. So my English is like below average right now. I don't know what happened. It's like I'm having a stroke. stroke. Whatever you call it. That's right, because I'm just tired. Tower Head is still part of the Paratide crystalline. We need to ask for passage through the upper tier. Mr. Valance is passing through? Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two on the upper skyway. Yay, I get to come too, because I'm special. Ah, no, I ain't doing that. Sprint. I was going to run over. It's pretty cool. I actually am glad to see my character back in her old outfit. To be honest, I don't see the point of my character even not being in this outfit at this point. It's like, obviously I'm not supposed to be here at this point. Everybody knows, so I have no reason to fit in. This door leads to the Thessaly, but perhaps we can trouble this persistence while finding Garlean. Mr. Vanad, I was not told to expect. We should have prepared an official welcome. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Garlean, if that might be arranged. Yes, Garlean, of course. I'll inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
To be fair, some parts yes, other parts also. It's more beautiful here.
I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
Oh god, which one?
Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
We should talk about all the wars. Please say we're talking about Alphina and the fact he couldn't swim. That's a Horsefant. I love this goddamn piano.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without, immense yet intimate, fate perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Hell yes. I don't even need an answer like that any less.
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Metea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Why is everybody so nice here? I cannot wait to tell everybody about this crap. I got to see Emmett. It's like, how was he? Hilarious. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details registered to others, which says that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, might desire such a terrible fate for our star. I got a new hat. Need to see a hat. I want to see a hat. What's the hat look like? What's that? Are you kidding me, dog? You actually get a unicorn? And I'm blinded? Well, when in doubt, wear it out. Thing I keep that damn hat off. I should like to visit the site from which Hermes sent forth the Mattia. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint to what drives his research. Drives this research of his. Garlean said she spotted them in the southeast rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? How far away is it? Oh, that's a considerable distance. Distance and a half. Oh god, my poor arm. I've been having elbow issues last week or so, since Thanksgiving. Actually, wait a minute, no. It was the week after Thanksgiving, if I remember right. I ended up bringing my computer up to my brother's. You know, I'm not gonna be smart and have a laptop at this point. I'm just gonna bring the whole computer tower. I don't know what I did, but when I was lifting it out of my freaking box and just when I lifted it up, I pulled something in my elbow. My god, did it hurt. I still can't use it properly. I can use it without any issues, but if I let's say I'm leaning over and I have my elbow straightened out during that time, or I put weight on it, somewhere in there just it's like a feeling of pain, but at the same time, it's you know that feeling where something wants to crack? It's like a bone wants to crack. That's what I keep feeling, but it hurts. So I feel like I must have messed something up in there. Although it feels like it's further up my arm, so I'm assuming it must be something in the bicep or tricep, whatever the hell it's called. Tendon or something's a little bit weakened. Now, if I was conducting some mystery research, where would I go? Probably to that lonely isle right there. Oh, what about that one? If he means to fly, 'tis quite a distance away. No. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. Argos, Poppy. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Hydaelyn over to that island? Stubborn creature, there's no place on this great star we have not together traveled and still remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You've written before? Ah, you're before meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. That's certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of which, here and now, the quick solution for us is to face off in a sparring match. What? Demonstrate to him that you're capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you're worthy of his back. Besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not. It'll certainly be a moment to remember, a memory that is past to cherish. Say you traveler out of time. Choose your battlefield, I will do what I must, and if this memory turns out to be a bad one? Challenge. I like challenges. This is when Emmett comes in. I admire your confidence. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is when Emmett comes in. He just kicks my ass because he's just like, oh, I won. Screw you, bitch. Oh, you killed me in the past. You killed me in the future, I see. I kill you now. Actually, this makes me quite curious where we're sitting there saying this none of this happens, right? And they're making it off that assumption, but how do we know this actually isn't what actually transpires in the past? Like, Vinod sits there and says that she knows that we had a promise, right? She promised us something, so how do we not know that she knows all this already? Like, and this is actually an accurate interpretation of what the future is going to tell. Because that maybe explains why Argos is so friendly with us in the future. Like, he doesn't know us. It is identical to one you encountered in Maryland Torum, except this Argos is plainly ignoring you. Shall we begin? Be warned, I will not go easy on you. I'm gonna die. I'm in danger. Prove your strength of a knot. Okay.
Let neither side hold back.
I'm so gonna die a horrible, degrading death. Oh, that hurt like a bitch.
My blade sings!
Okay, circumvental art means stand right next to her so you don't get hit. True blink. Found safe spot. Back my ass, bitch. I'm just gonna do what I do best, which is run around in circles and pray for the best. I wanna live! I wanna live!
My blade sings!
No, don't.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
Oh dear God, help us all. Oh, she switched to dancer. She can switch on the fly. She can switch on the fly.
No quarter. Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Yeah, bitch. I got creative powers. I'm not that bad. I'm not that
You've
bad.
only just begun. Come at me with your all.
Oh my god, how much more do I gotta fight? Does she have her spear thing out now? Okay, here's this thing again. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit. I'll take the little hit. It's gonna hurt like a bitch.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Oh no. Got it. Oh my god. Got it. Oh my dear God Almighty, O Lord Christ. Do this, do this, do this, do this. That it? She's only got 14 ether.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will.
Alive!
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
I'm alive! Oh yeah. Oh, I swear to God, this crashed right now. I'd flip utter shit.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Well, theoretically, I am Asm, so you underestimated them twice. My puppy?
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Alright, everybody, and with that, we end the episode. It was fun fighting Venat. again, my theory is still, I still feel like this is all things that happen. I don't know why, something just tells me maybe time doesn't split where they're thinking it is. Maybe this is all true, because why would Argus warm up to us so easily without even knowing us? It's very strange. It makes me wonder if this is all the correct time and my character is destined to do this. It'd be really cool. So with that, unfortunately, we do at the end of the episode, so we'll come back. I might have time for 2 more episodes today. Again, I'm in love with this right now, so my brain just wants to keep playing. So enjoy Past Demon as he gives you the outro, and as I continue, I'm playing this. So see you guys next.
Alright, everybody, this is Demon telling you goodbye. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Endwalker. Again, I probably won't get too lucky and have too many like openings because there's gonna be so many people playing Endwalker. So I'm doing a custom little outro for it this time around. So as I always sit there and say, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks.